Good afternoon. So it's normally Molly that joins us now, but it's us good-looking chaps here today. Molly's not here. But it's the last 24 hours. We don't tend to do a live on a Monday, but we thought we'll just chuck the camera on, have a little look at the car. If there's any questions that you want to know about the Mercedes or any other car that you see in here, let us know. But the reason we're here is we've literally got 24 hours until the Mercedes will be won. And I won't lie to you, there's 1,000 tickets left on this car. It's a massive amount of tickets left. So I'm pretty certain it's not going to be a sellout. So if you're wanting tickets for any of our cars, this is probably the one to have because the odds are going to be even better than they were before. But I'm joined by Nick.
Hi.
Having his cup of coffee. But yeah, if you've got any questions, if there's any other cars, we've just had a little shuffle around in here actually, so you'll see just behind, Lily's on camera by the way, you'll see the Victor, which is going on Wednesday, that's being delivered, or Thursday, the Mini as well. So if you're looking at these two cars thinking, hang on a second, they should have gone by now, yes, they should have done. So they've had their pre-delivery inspection, they're all good to go, just waiting for the transport to happen. So Wednesday, Thursday, they'll both be gone. The GT6, let's have a little look around, shall we? And then we'll talk about the Mercedes. So the GT6 is a customer's car. Carl Riley, if you've been following us for a long time in competitions, Carl won our TR3. He's got 4 cars and he's having some work done at home, so he asked us to look after them. So 3 of his 4, 1 being the TR3. Did I say TR3?
TR3. There's also a video for that car when Carl did
the GT6.
Yeah, the GT6 when he did the rally from Scotland to Land's End.
Right.
There's a video on our YouTube with him and Molly talking through doing that for charity. It's an amazing story. So if you go onto our channel and have a look at that, you'll find
it's a brilliant car. All of his cars are brilliant. So the TR3, he uses it, he loves it.
The Defender.
Defender's pretty special.
Defender's a favourite.
There's something famous about his Defender. I'm not sure what it is, but it's very well known in the Defender world.
Yeah.
So we've got that in the GT6. So that's going to go over to our storage facility shortly. He just wanted a little bit of work done on that whilst it was here. The Amphi car you've probably seen quite a lot now. That's just waiting to go. So all of the parts are boxed up, ready to go. There's some bits underneath, so we're literally just waiting for the customer to give us the go-ahead that he wants his car. Nick came to our show actually. He looked at his car for the first time.
Yeah, so I saw him when he turned up.
He was well happy. Have we got any questions, by the way?
We haven't got any comments yet.
We haven't? Okay, well I'll crack on then. So the Bentley belongs to Gordon. He bought that recently. Obviously he's having some work done at the moment, so it's in here because there's no space really for it in the workshop.
That's quite a cool car because it was originally delivered to Jack Barclay in London, who was the original supplier to the 1920s and 30s Bentley boys. There's a big plaque on the inside of the door card that says Jack Barclay.
There you go.
Yes.
Thomas is watching.
Hi Tom.
Hi Tom.
Tom's watching along. Tom used to work for us, so nice that you can join us. Then we have, moving over to the other, so you should be at work, Tom, by the way.
Yeah.
We have our little mini clubman. You may have seen this already before. This was won as a competition by, I want to say, Oscar. Oscar won this, I don't know now, a year ago?
March last year.
March last year, there you go. So it's almost a year. He lives in London, or he lives somewhere, the car was somewhere else, and he just contacted us and said, look, I'm not using it as much as I should. Would you consider it back? And we ummed and ahed, but it was such a lovely little car that we thought, yeah, why not? We'll have it back and give it away again. So
you guys probably want to make sure that you're looking at your emails tonight. Just a little bit of a hint there on the Mini.
So soon.
Yeah.
That's going to be going live. You won't be disappointed with that. I think that's Molly's favourite one, if she was here. Is that her favourite one?
I think that was one of her favourite ones.
Most of them are
her favourite, yeah.
Then we've got the little Bedford. That's coming up very soon. Quite a quirky little thing with
and
the
also,
BT decals on it.
Yeah, and we've got the XL2, which is coming up soon as well.
And the XL2, yeah. So I had a call from the guy who originally... we'll try and do something with him, actually. So the guy that originally used to walk past this when it was sitting in a field, looking really sorry for itself, and he bought it, and then unfortunately, due to health reasons, he couldn't restore the car. So he sold it on, which was a real shame, because he was gutted. But then the person who bought it off him restored the car, and now he's seen it, that it's with us. So
it's done really, really nicely.
Yeah, there's a few modifications on it, as you can see, that perhaps won't tick everybody's boxes, but, you know, you can't win them all.
No, but as you guys might have seen in a lot of the photos and the videos for the 300 SL, you'll have seen it with its hardtop on. We've taken the hardtop off. Our valeter Lauren tomorrow.
Hardtop's over there.
Hardtop's over there. He's going to be working her magic and getting that clean. But so you can actually see the soft top for the first time. The these were really cool because they had the option of either having the soft top or the hard top.
Yeah,
Whereas
so
the generation after this was just the folding hard top.
The hard top alone is probably $2.5 grand worth of
Yeah.
hard top that will come with the car.
And it's colour matched as well, which is always nice.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I say, there's 1,000 tickets left on this car.
Yeah.
It's a very special car. So this is believed to be by certain people the SL, which was probably the best SL ever made.
The 300, yeah. It was, they were saying, before you start getting into the AMGs and stuff like
Yeah.
that, this was the one to have.
Yeah.
They're saying it's the straight six, so it's the smoothest out of the engines they did. It's got the automatic in it, so it's pretty much in full GT spec.
But the 129, which is this model,
Yeah.
They
They say the 300 SL is the one to have.
they say this is the best model that Mercedes ever made.
Yeah.
And interestingly, the other day, it was actually after we launched this car, I had to go and do a little talk, so I was watching some YouTube videos, and one of them is Hagerty. Hagerty are really, really good at the market trends and looking what's about.
Yeah.
And they did a video about the top 10 cars of this year that are good investments that are going to grow. They believe.
129s.
Funny enough, the Bentley was one of
Yeah.
them, the Turbo R, and then the 129 is another one. That it's quite an affordable classic now, but they believe this year this is going to go through the roof.
Well, I
Which
mean, that's-
makes sense because you look at the SL Pagoda is now completely out of people's
Oh,
reach.
massively, yeah.
Then you got the 107,
Yeah.
which is what I've got.
Yeah.
And that's now creeping up as being a little bit out of people's reach. That's heading that way.
Because I
So
mean,
it's
yours
not gonna
is
be
a
long.
500 as well.
Yeah, it's a
not
500.
It's not a 350
No.
or anything like that. Yours is the 500. So like, yeah, 129. I mean, I've seen it as well. Is with sort of cars from the late 80s, early 90s into the mid 90s now are starting to really be considered properly as classics.
Absolutely.
Which is really nice to see. I mean, you know, we've got stuff. We got 1989. Was that 1993?
Yeah, 92.
92, yeah, 1992 on the SL,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. Like they're new enough that if you wanted to, yeah, you can use them every day. They've got all the comfortability and practicality and
Yeah.
stuff of a new car, but they have got that little bit of an old school feel.
And Hagerty, I think it was Hagerty that was saying, or one of the videos I was watching, they were talking about the modification. So it goes back to the XR2 that probably a few years ago you'd never consider
No.
having any car that's. They always want original, they always want low miles, but people are now starting to put their money into the modifications that were done in the 90s
Yeah.
at the time that it was desirable to do those modifications.
Yeah,
As long as that hasn't been done stupid,
No, of course.
people are kind of liking that as well.
Especially if you know, take for example something like an Escort Cosworth,
Yeah.
or a Sierra RS500 or something. Very few original, non-modified ones exist, and even when you get into the Japanese stuff, it's the same.
Yeah,
Even though what's really nice to see is things like, you know, especially the Japanese stuff, so RX-7, Skylines, and that kind of thing, are now being considered classics.
Yes.
Which is, you know, 10 years ago they were just considered an older car,
Yeah.
whereas now they're sort of approaching that level of being considered
They are.
collectible.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is nice to see. To be honest, it's nice to see a variation within the classic world.
Yeah.
You know, there's always.
Well, that's our generation, isn't it?
Yeah, completely.
The 80s, 90s, that's
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I grew up always wanting an R32 Skyline
Yeah,
or an
yeah.
RX-7, but you know, it's really cool to see that, and that they are considered classics alongside things like MGBs and
Yeah.
Minis and GT6s and stuff like that. They're
So we
seen-
like to have a
Yeah,
variety.
we do.
As you
Yeah.
know, we go from minis to GT6s. We've had it all, but you've got 1,000 tickets left on this. It's probably not been one of our best sellers.
And it's guaranteed to be won.
Definitely going to be one.
well.
And also another thing, I'll go and get it actually. I've just brought it down somewhere. Oh yeah. So the plate that's in the pictures
Yeah.
is CAR. This is the actual number. So if your name is Jill Dyer, this is a perfect car for you. But yeah, this is the original number. So this will be fitted onto the car tomorrow before it goes live. Is there any other questions? Other than Tom watching along. Okay, well, I think we'll wrap up then. So 1,000 tickets left on this, £9 a ticket.
Yep.
Definitely going to be one at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Molly will be joining us along with the rest of the team, and we'll find a lucky winner for this car.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
See you then.